My name is Rowen. Right now I'm working for Together We Can at their solid ground house. Right now I'm really just I'm trying to find out who I am. After spending so many years in addiction, I kind of lost that. So I'm trying to figure out who I am personally, and what I am truly passionate about. I work at one of Together We Can's houses. I really enjoy helping people, being there for guys and showing them when they come in that this is possible, that it is possible to get better. So I grew up in a relatively normal childhood. Parents divorced, but they weren't. They were good parents. They tried their best. There is a history of addiction in my family. My dad is an addict, but he always cared, and he did the best with what he could. I grew up got good grades in school, up until about middle school. Once I hit middle school, I kind of started experimenting a little bit with pot and alcohol, so forth, and then it progressed into harder and harder things. Felt kind of out of place a lot of times, and when I found drugs and alcohol, it brought me comfort, and it brought me a sense of belonging. It gave me a chance to fit in with the cool kids, and although when as it progressed further and further, it brought me into a deep depression. I found myself ostracized from a lot of my friends, a lot of relationships, majority of my family. Through the stigma there is with addiction, there's a lot of them wanted nothing to do with me after it progressed. And I'm 23 now. I've been trying to get clean since I was 18 years old. It took some time. It's been a roller coaster, but I never gave up. I'm 8 months clean now. People were starting to find out about my addiction. Nobody was quite sure, and a time came where I had to come out and admit that I was an addict, and I was struggling with a heroin addiction. I remember being terrified that when I did eventually tell my parents that they were gonna not want nothing to do with me anymore, that they would disown me, or that I wouldn't have them in my life anymore. Once I found out that there was a place like this, it might not have happened right away, but I knew there was a spot for me, a spot where I could fit in and speak openly and not be scared of judgment. When I finally did come clean with my family, thankfully my mom, she was very helpful, and she wanted to do what she could to help. She got me into treatment right away. I remember showing up here for the first time being terrified, not knowing what was going to happen, just full of fear. Although once I did arrive here, everyone did their best to make me feel comfortable. It was amazing coming here. It's truly a beautiful place. Going through with withdrawals is one of the worst experiences I've ever had, especially this time before I came through. It's like the flu times 100. Cold, sweat running down my face, so much pain throughout all of my body. It can be quite terrifying at times. I remember sitting in the hospital. I wanted to kill myself, and that was the day I chose to reach out. Thank God that this place was here, and that was 8 months ago. Before coming here, I had no hope for life. I was done. Now I'm excited for my future. I'm excited for what life holds for me in sobriety and recovery. I've heard from a lot of people that they just don't know what to do, that they don't know who to reach out to for help, and I want to be there for those that I can. I want to show them that it is possible to recover from addiction. Be safe about your experimentation. That's the main thing I want to say. Practice harm reduction. Do a little bit of research about what you're going to be taking. There's drug tests like testing kits you can buy online. They're not expensive. They're relatively cheap, which you can test your drugs to make sure there isn't something like fentanyl, or just a test to make sure it is what you think you're taking. Recovery is possible. We do recover, and to reach out. I understand there is quite a bit of stigma around addiction, but to find someone that you feel you can trust to help you find that help. And again, just like if you are going to be using drugs, to be smart, to be safe, and really that it can happen to anyone. It's not a selective disease, and it is a disease. It's been in the DSM for years, decades. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, to either be of help or not judge them or yourself for what you're struggling with. We all struggle with our own issues, but we aren't alone, and it is, as I've said before, there is a community out there that is very, very accepting and very willing to take you in, and the help you need is out there.